It's mad. It's
not a whole
actually mad.
podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I started listening to podcasts from like probably like 4 or 5 years ago, and I started off mainly with the States as well, with Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
Obviously being into like documentaries and stuff like that, like he gets a take this shit, but it's always harassing me. But yeah, being into documentary stuff, he's always got like mad, interesting, different type of people on there.
That's what I like about his thing.
It's mad. You watch his thing as well.
Every now and then, it depends if it's someone I like, innit? So like, depends if like there's some MMA guys on there, I'll watch that.
Yeah, big MMA guys.
Yeah. And then like, if there's like a comedian on there, I'll watch that because I'm big into the stand up stuff. But aside from that, I don't watch it every week. But if there's a person I know, man, watch it.
You watch the Kanye one?
I do.
Did he end up going on?
Kanye went on, you know? Kanye was on there for like 3 hours, like on stuff, man.
I don't engage with Kanye West unless it's beats. I don't engage with that.
So we're gonna vote for him if he's out there for president.
Fuck no. Yeah, vote for him.
It's a waste of a vote.
Wait, so what? You don't think he's mad or is he a genius?
I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Most geniuses are mad.
100%. 100%. That's on everything. Like if you even check out football, like most of the good footballers, the greatest one, Suarez and all that, there's something in there, innit? You know what I mean? Because I think when you're normal, you're restricted. Like you never think outside of the box. You're always doing what like you're taught to do or what you're restricted to do. But when you move mad in that, then boom, you're able to create something different. Man, I'm a Kanye guy, man. If I was out there, 100% go for him.
You're a Kanye guy like that?
100%. I'm riding with Kanye, man. I think he's a genius. I think he's our version of Elon Musk, but without the support.
You think?
Black Elon Musk, 100%.
I don't even agree with Elon Musk, to be honest.
I'm not really tapped into my man like that, but the Kanye thing, I think like in terms of his music as a rapper and a producer, he's one of the best ever. He's like top 5 for me. 100. But as a human being, the stuff he says is crazy.
What does he say that you think is like it's out there, like it's long? You know
what? Like that comment about slaves and that was nuts.
But I understand. I understood where it was coming from.
I weren't messing with
that. I understood where it was coming from.
That is a mentality. Listen, that was slavery. But I think it depends how you break it down.
Yeah, it's how you break it down. But do you know what it is? With people, you have to give it. People take it face value from. We're not trying to dissect every single thing a single man says, isn't it?
Do you know what it is though? With him, his messaging is just also wrong. Like it's the way he says things. I do get that his intent is normally in the right place, but the way he words things, it just sounds crazy. You get me? And it's like I don't want to have to do some type of breakdown every time a man talks like it's some English lesson. I'm not trying to do that.
Wait, so that means anyone that has anything to articulate, they have to break it down in a way that's just simplified.
It's no. It's not about
because then a lot of men from the ends will struggle because just the way that we talk and sometimes the way that we narrate situations. Do you know what I mean? We don't always break it down that well, but you know what man is trying to explain. He's saying something.
It's not a simplified version as such. It's just like with him, he'll say a mad type of statement, and then you gotta be like, alright, cool. This is what he really means. So it's not as mad as he's saying. But I shouldn't have to do that with everything you say. So that means you're not good at communication. So stick to beats. That's it.
But if you got passion for, do you know what the thing is here? I don't mind having to break that down, but then I get it. He's in such a big public space here. I know everyone's got time for that. So the moment he says the mad thing, like, slavery is this, everyone's gonna jump on the bandwagon and just be like, you're moving mad.
I ain't gonna lie, man. And be kind of cooning as well. It's too much for me, man. Bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, when he put on that hat, I was like, damn, it's a wrap.
Do you know, my beliefs in like American politics is quite different. So
go on,
I don't hate Trump as much as everyone else does.
Okay.
Do you know what?
Do you know what I mean?
But why?
Like I think his methods is wrong. Like how he goes about things.
Okay.
But I don't think his intentions are always as bad as people like to make out to be. And the idea that he's a racist, out and out racist, I don't subscribe to that. I don't believe it.
You don't believe?
I don't believe he's an out and out racist. He said racist. There's a difference between saying racist things. There's a difference between like maybe not standing up for what's right and causing those who are racist to be empowered. But then there's a difference between us out and out accusing him of being a racist. You see what I mean?
Do you know what it is with him?
I think he's a money man. At the end of the day, it's all about what you got and what you can get.
I don't know. The thing is, I like Trump for his honesty.
Yeah.
That's real shit.
Yeah.
I fuck with his honesty in it, fam. And I do think he's hilarious. But it's just saying that you want to kick all the Mexicans out or stop Mexican, like
he's talking about the illegal Mexicans out here.
But he's not being clear enough.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it just doesn't sit well with me. There's a lot of things he says that doesn't sit well with me, and I can't give a man the benefit of the doubt every other time he says something mad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, fam? Yeah. So that's the only thing. But in terms of what he's done in office, from the outsider looking in, it looks all right. It doesn't look like...
Especially in comparison to Obama, who's meant to be our black savior.
Do you know what though? Yeah, how are we like that? And me, I'm not too much into the politics over here, let alone there, innit? But with the Obama thing, he was trying to do a lot that couldn't get pushed through, innit? Yeah, it's like if people really thought that my man was gonna come in and change the whole life for black people, this wasn't gonna happen. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like I feel like he had to take the bullets for the next one.
Yeah, but then I think we gave him too much leeway as well, simply off of the fact that he's black. Do you know what I mean? It's like, he's black, so we allow him to ride it out. And
I don't think like man who maybe are a bit younger actually understand that. When Obama came into office, it was nuts. Like
it was mad.
Black man,
we felt it.
President, like, that whole year was lit.
I still got a badge from Obama 08. I was working in the tills in M&S that time, and one woman came to the store, one American woman, and she was like, "Yeah, man." Obviously, she was a white woman, and she felt the need to want to talk to me about Obama because I'm a black man at the till, and I was a young black man at the till. She goes, "Yeah, I'm voting for Obama." And I was like, okay, cool. Like, do you want to pass now? do you want a hood pass? And then I was like, oh, that's amazing, man. Like, we're really proud of him over here as well. She goes, yeah, take this, man. She got it straight from the inauguration or whatever. Yeah. So, like, I remember the feeling. It's almost like the feeling when Black Panther first come out. You go and watch it with a man, and you're like, yo, this film is mad. Like, it's got all black people doing up Wakanda and that, making Africa look like something.
It was a moment.
It was a moment. You know what I mean? It was a moment. So I get it. Like, it does uplift people when you have that level of representation, but then as well, you have to also judge a man by his works. So, I mean, he's from Chicago. His wife's from O Block, you know.
Yeah.
Michelle's from O Block.
She's from Ed still. She's from Ed still.
Michelle's from the O.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, when she speaks sometimes and the way she moves, sometimes you can kind of see it. You can see it in her, fam.
Like if you mess about, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? She's from the O, so it's like. You're from the maddest of places, and it was mad when you left. It was mad doing your time in the White House, and it's even worse now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Blame him for that. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
I blame them for King Von's death, bro.
Yo,
I blame them for King Von.
A question: you see the whole King Von thing, and this might come across as mad, innit? Yeah. I wasn't actually. Listen, it's sad that man passed, didn't it? Get me? I don't want anyone to pass, but. I wasn't actually mad at how it all played out because I'm like, these guys all taught street shit. This is this is what comes with like with street shit, which is why I in the streets. I want that. But what like I don't get is when like a rapper dies, when you go online, people I'm saying it's like when you go online, everyone is saying, yo. They need to look up the guy. It's so sad, but it's like you listen to kill every day. What do you expect it to be? They live in their raps.
And even like when you look at the shooter, Timmy or Tommy, whatever his name is, it's like at the end of the day, he saw about 15 man around his guy. Do you know what I mean?
That's how
those 15. You don't know what those 15 were planning to do. Do you know what I mean? And if I'm in that same situation and there's 15 guys rushing my dude and I'm the only one there with a strap. Someone's gonna
have to let it off.
Do you see what I mean? So we can't then accuse him for why he take King Von. We're only saying that because we love King Von so much. So everyone's hurt by the fact that King Von would have got.
Yeah, it's like Pop Smoke. I love Pop Smoke. When he got shot, I felt that. I got the phone. I think it was, you called me.
I remember exactly where I was when Pop Smoke died. I was in Waitrose, bagging things up. About to cut, and then my girl calls me, says, "Yo, Pop Smoke died."
Mad.
I felt like my heart dropped.
I was one of your boys.
So that literally the other day I was scrolling through his gram. I was thinking, damn, man.
It's early as well. That.
At the same time, he's probably done mad shit to our next man. I can't be mad. Like, I can't, like, if we're being a real one, you can't be mad at the situation.
And obviously, if you believe all the stuff about King Von as well, you know a lot of souls have been taken. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's not directly from him around his camp and that, so you just know the madness of it.
I literally listened to his music after he died. Because, I'm not gonna lie, the story. He's a good story. He's not good. He's a decent storyteller.
He's good.
Decent.
I think a lot of the hype around him was because everyone knew that he was about it. Everyone knows the story. Everyone knows the King Von story. I think if that wasn't the machine behind it, we wouldn't be as hyped up about.
But that's what's sick though. When a rapper's authentically themselves. You get me, Car? Let's be real now. A lot of men, they may have been around something. They may have kind of did a little something. But they're not really who they're saying they are. Maybe their man's is. You feel me? So it's sick when you know, like, this guy was really on that. You get me?
So you're able to take in the story on the mad one. And even in saying that, like, for instance, like, back in secondary school, everyone was spitting. So it's like,
I won't.
Oh, you were spitting?
Hell no.
He's spitting.
I can't lie, I had a verse.
I was spitting. I was about, like, you know what I mean? Obviously, East, them times when Graham popped off, rapping and everything else. Like, so I was a part of that whole generation of seeing everything happen live in the youth centers and that. So now, sometimes when I replay back, some of the bars in my head, I'm thinking, like, I would have taken out 100 man with these bars. I got bodies upon bodies upon bodies, But these I'm thinking, nah, bro, you ain't even touch one. Let alone. So I'm thinking, if I was able to do that as a kid, a lot of these kids spitting bars right now, like, most of the stuff they're saying, we all know what it's about, and we all know it's not really them. So you don't really take to them the same way you take to someone who you know whose story is really authentic and real.
No, that's real.
But the thing with that is, I'll come to the mentality is, look, I don't believe it's real until I'm proven otherwise. So that's how I move now.
Just take everything.
Everything as fake. Everything is fake. It's bullshit. I don't believe you until I've got concrete evidence that you want to
see the rap sheet straight from the courts.
I want it. Then I'll be like, okay, cool. You actually doing what you say. Like, cool. If I see, say, like let's say like an LD, cool. He was talking his crud. And he actually got done for county lines. I was like, oh, swear, he was still doing that. All right, cool. Like, you're doing it. But if I hear, I don't know, like a zone 2 guy, and it turns out he's not that guy, I'm not surprised anymore, because it just is what it is, isn't it?
And it's like that with the drill as well, because obviously, like, where I grew up now, like, a lot of the youngers now, that generation, the kids that when I was about then, they were like 2, 3, 4 years old. Now they're like 18, whatever. Like, some of them are spitting the maddest crud, do you know what I mean? And the thing is that because I still got access to that area, I know who's saying what and who's not saying what. The others, I'm like, I know your family, everyone's blessing her. You know what I mean? Your mum's a deacon of my church. Everything's cool with that. But then there's 1 or 2 that, do you know what I mean? But then most of they get locked up anyway. Like the biggest drill rapper for my bits is I think CB.
You know what I mean?
And it's like,
he did. I was reading this thing the other day. He did a mad thing.
He
did a mad thing.
Can't lie, man. He was next to blow.
He was hard.
It was hard.
It was hard. When it comes to pure drill, so drill's like my secret. You know what I mean? My little. What would you call it?
Is it like a guilty pleasure?
It's like my little guilty pleasure, because obviously I'm a big man. Like, you know what I mean? He just hit 30 and that, so it's like. To me, listening to like 16, 17, 18-year-olds and that, it's my guilty pleasure. And I don't live that lifestyle, so it's like, but I love it. You know what I mean? I love the creativity behind it. I like the culture that they're building for themselves. Obviously, take all the madness aside and that. I like the creativity. Do you know what I mean? It's built from the mud. And there's actually a great documentary on Netflix called The History of Hip Hop, and it shows you how like struggle creates like mad businesses and empires and how hip hop came about. Because when you check out Kool Herc and that, the reason why they started DJing, it's like a lot of things happen, a lot of accidents happen to build stuff. So they weren't really involved in the disco scene, which was also popping at the time. So they couldn't go there, they couldn't afford to go there. So then they had to create their own parties in the hood. So now they've got their own parties in the hood with one deck, they're playing music, and then someone grabbed the mic and be like, yo, whoever parked their car outside, move it. Yo, Jason, your mom's calling you, boom, boom. But then they started realizing that they were rhyming it. You know what I mean? So it's like gradually it builds an empire that now we call hip hop. So I see the same thing with drill and all various music genres. It's like through hardship, you build mad stuff. You know what I mean? So it's quite inspirational in that. So I watch it from maybe like a deep psychological, analytical point of view, just because the way I am. But nonetheless, I enjoy it, man. But my 2 purest drill rappers that I like is probably like CB and RV. I think they like, when it comes to pure drill.
See, I like RV. He's just, my thing is his flow is just a tiny bit choppy. It's just
flow guy.
It's a bit choppy. It's just a bit choppy. Like, you're good. I like you, and I see you putting a lot of people in headlocks, but it's just a bit choppy. Man. But I hear you still. I hear you. But
no, man, I like it, man. I like it.
I can't lie. I've been saying Digga D the best driller in the country.
Nah,
Digga D. I'm telling you, man. Go listen to his last project, Double Tap Diaries.
It was good.
Classic.
Okay,
cool. Ain't no classic. But yo, I can't lie. Shit's hard.
I hear that still.
I like it, man. But you lot sick with your scenarios, man. Because how I came across you, man, was from like Insta. Yeah, you always got your little mad like scenarios and that. And obviously the thing is, you got different ideas and perspective of things. And I saw one recently. What was it about? Someone said they'll bang AJ or something. Who was it?
I never said I'll bang it.
What do you say?
I said I could last 3 minutes in a rap.
You think you can last 3 minutes?
I could last 3 minutes with AJ.
Nah. I asked this guy, would you jump in the ring with AJ for 1 round for 50 grand? But you have to last the whole round to get the bread. He thinks that he could do it.
3 minutes.
He thinks he could last 3 minutes with AJ.
You gotta do it.
He can't last 35 seconds.
Listen, all I have to do is grab him, fam.
No,
I have to clinch. I just to clinch. Maybe a
17 strong clinch.
He's breaking through that clinch.
Yo, we gonna push you off. You got
listen, for 50 bags, I ain't got nothing left to lose. Man.
Yeah, but
okay, your health. Aside from that, you good.
Yeah. So the thing is, I do martial arts. I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I've been doing it for years. Yeah. And so because obviously jiu-jitsu is like ground game. Tackling, grappling, whatever it is. Yeah. And I do no-gi and gi as well.
Okay.
So like sometimes, because my gym here, they got like boxers there. They've got various like martial arts there as well. And sometimes I train with the boxers. I spar with them, or sometimes they train with me if they got something coming up and they want to like do some strength conditioning. And I'm there like, you know what I mean? Pressing them up and that. So it's different. So one time I was like, there's this Asian dude, he's always asking for me to train with him and stuff, and like I do a little sparring with him, and one time I was like, look, let's go all out, and this is gonna come back to why I don't think you have a chance with Asian. This guy is like half my size, one skinny Asian dude, but the thing is, you gotta realize there's different skill sets. So if we're doing strictly jiu-jitsu, he'll drown. Like I'll choke him out in a sec. But I mean, he's filled now, and I'm like, we're not sparring, let's do a proper fight. I want to like try a thing. So we go in there, and obviously I've done a bit of boxing over the years. I'll take some of the classes and if I've got energy after jiu-jitsu and they're still training, I'll jump in, whatever. But I'm not a boxer. So I'll go in there thinking, this skinny Asian dude, like I've sparred him before, I'll bang him and that. he might end up fucking banging, but he's been doing this since he was like a kid. So I'll go in there, and I went in for a jab. He slipped it and then hit me with a 2-piece. Bam, bam. Like he hit me with a kidney shot, and then like hit me on the temple. And I didn't realize I was in shock for a second. I was like, wait. Like, why can't I breathe? Like, something's going on.
Soda.
And it wasn't even like a powerful shot, it was just accurate. So he just went boom, boom. I was like, whoa. He was like, I thought you wanted to take this thing serious. And I was like, okay, cool, let's go again. Boom, hit me another 2-piece. I was down on the floor. Within like 40 seconds, I was pissed. I wanted to smash him. Bro, I was pissed. And the thing is, that's what you gotta realize. Sometimes when you're watching him on TV, you think,
it's easier,
yo, it's not. And this guy in AJ's level, and I'm a trained martial artist. I've competed. You know what I mean? But I had no chance, bro. This guy put me to shame, bro. But AJ's power and size.
I was saying, it's like, yo, if he literally wanted to just walk down and just knock you out in like 15 seconds, he could, bro. What do you think you gonna do? What do you think you gonna do?
I don't know. You know me? Maybe, probably. The odds are not in my favor, innit, fam? But if I've got 1% chance,
3 minutes is long.
It's a long time.
3 minutes in the ring,
feels like 10.
Yeah. Like I've been in competitions where like we had to go into extra time, so that's like 5 more minutes of grappling. That 5 minutes felt like the worst. I feel like I was gonna throw up. Like I'm choking, I'm dying. I'm like, yo, my energy's gone. Like 5 minutes fighting. Remember school days fights were like
30 seconds.
30 seconds, but in your head you're thinking this was the maddest of swingers. But it was like little quick 10 seconds, boom, 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 and then
2 punches, a kick, and it's done.
It's done.
You know and the winner's crowned. That's it, fam.
I never saw no school fight lasting more than like 2 minutes.
Do you know what though? Nah, I can't lie. I did see one school fight lasted a minute still. I seen a man get beat up, thrown on the ground, punched out. It was nuts still. I've seen that, but aside from that, school fights is quick, man. Shit quick.
But was okay, well, was he knocked out and then he was getting banged, or both of them swinging out for like a minute?
Now, basically, like we've all gone to this park, innit, yeah? It's probably about 20 men, yeah? And these 2 guys are gonna fight. My man comes over, my man drops, he gets on top of him,
ground and pounding.
And because it's in a park, it can just last, innit? Because obviously there's no teachers around it.
Yeah, them park ones,
You get me, fam, yeah? Until it got to the point where obviously everyone's like, no, chill. Bro, my man got beat up so bad, he picked up a rock and tried to... Yes. So there's one fight I seen that I'm saying that was like a proper fight, but aside from that, it just depends on who gets the first punch.
Yeah, for real.
You pretty much win.
But would you take a knockout from AJ for 50 bags?
Hell yes.
Light work, innit? I'll take 10 bags.
Your jaw will be clicking for a minute, though.
Yeah.
It'll be clicking for a minute. But yeah, I'll do that.
Hey, you know but knockouts are calm though, because 6 seconds you're out and boom.
Yeah,
you know
you're
back.
You're
back. Iced it up and 50 bags in your account.
I mean, I'd rather get choked out than knocked out, to be fair.
Yeah, it's true.
I'd rather that, you know what I'm saying? Less brain damage and that, but I'll take a knockout for him for that kind of bread.
Yeah, getting choked out is not a nice feeling, man.
No, you know what, yeah? It's not, but I'd rather get choked out than knocked out. Do you know what I'm saying? I've been knocked out, and I haven't been choked out, but I've been choked.
Yeah.
I think I could deal with the chokes though.
Bro. Yeah. You know, I always had this mad thing when I go into competitions. I was like, I'll never want to get choked out like in a competition. So I'd rather get disqualified, which is a dishonorable thing to say in my head, yeah. But because I remember one time I was fighting in Naga. Is it called Naga? No, Naga. Yeah, the international grappling competition. And my boys turned up. And I'm thinking in my head, look, don't bring no girls in that to the thing. My cousin turned up with his girl, bro.
No.
He turned up with his girl. So now I'm in a mad mindset thinking, if I lose, because it's a tournament as well, so there's a couple of fights. I'm thinking, if I get choked out, like, you know what I mean? I'm getting choked, I'm getting banged in front of your girl. And getting banged in front of, as mad as it sounds, it's not meant to be a thing, but it is a thing. You know what I mean? So in my head, throughout the whole competition, I'm thinking, if I get put in the mad situation right now, I'm gonna have to get disqualified. I'll bite someone. I'll go out dishonorably then. Choked out because I've been in predicaments where like I'm, whether it be training or whatever, where you're choking someone out and then they got their girl there, and it's like, yo, I'm about to put your man asleep here right now. Like,
you can never come out from that one still.
It's mad.
It's game over.
You're the woman of the relationship.
After that, any argument after that is long still.
You got no chat for it.
Yeah, no, it's mad, man. It's mad. What was the mad one as well I saw in you thing about a man moving to your girl, slapping your girl's ass and that. That came out from the meme. I think it was about a year ago or something.
Yeah.
There was a meme.
I'll be real. Like, I don't care who it is, still, fam. I don't care who it is.
You're swinging straight.
I'll
got to think about these things, man.
Yeah, you got to weigh out the options, you know.
What options is there? Fam?
Do you know what it is?
what options is there?
I'm gonna be so real, yeah. You see, the thing is, a lot of people out here think they can fight and you can't fight.
Yeah.
People don't know what like real fighting is. Yeah. So it's like, before you're ready to fight, you best weigh up if this is a thing you want. So cool, yeah. Let's say a guy touches your girl's ass and he got the ears. He has the cauliflower ears. Are you scrapping, bro?
Of course not. But
you
know what?
It's not doing the Mad McGregor stances. Just stay away off the bat.
But now I'm looking at the area, fam. Because it's not going to be a fair fight now. You feel me, fam? Yeah. Look, if you've got the ears, it's not going to be a fair fight, fam. But if you're an average man, you don't look like you've been, you feel me, in the gym. Fam, I'm not going to lie.
But you can never tell if someone's a fighter. If you catch me on the moat, if you wouldn't, because the thing is, I'm a very calm person. I'm super chilled. I'm not aggressive at all.
And I'll take that L humbly. I'll take that L humbly, fam. But at the end of the day, for me, it's the pride in it. It's the pride in it. You know those there.
Then you get beat up in front of your girl. What you gonna do?
I don't care. Like that there. Whether my girl sees me win or not, I don't care.
Yeah, as long as you stood up for her, you protected her.
You feel me, fam?
Yeah, man. I can't lie until you do some shit and you gonna, you know what I'm saying? And then she's like, yo, if you remember that time that guy had to fuck you up, I'll bring it back for you.
Why do you not help me?
You want your girl to get banged as well?
I was saying.
Nah, man, it's a mad scenario because I've been in like clubs or bars and stuff like that, and I've seen different scenarios where like guys are getting moved to in front of their girls. But I think it depends, man. It depends how it pans out, because sometimes like you might be with a girl in a bar or whatever, and the guy doesn't know if it's your girl or not.
So I'm saying, I've been to clubs plenty of times with girls out, just friends. Like, you feel me? It doesn't mean that, bro, that's my girl.
No, you feel me? No.
But what if someone moves to her then it's calm then because it's not your girl?
At the end of the day,
but they didn't know that.
No, at the end of the day, you feel me? If she's feeling man, I can't say no, don't chat to her.
Yeah, for real.
So at the end of the day, it's cool. You're gonna chat to who you wanna chat to. But if there's an issue, like get.
But then if he touches her ass, even though it's not your girl, it's still a violation. So you still have to protect her to an extent. You see what I mean? But we do bang out for someone that's not your girl though.
Yeah.
So,
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if that girl's my friend, you get me, car. I got girls that's like sis, innit? You get me? Like, I'll bang out for them straight up. You get me? And I'd feel more good if I got in a fight in front of a girlfriend than my girlfriend, because my girlfriend ain't gonna judge me. My girlfriend is gonna look at me like, I thought,
go home with that.
You know what I'm saying, man? I can't lie. I thought you to protect her, so you just gonna be 6 foot for nothing. Nah, man, I ain't holding that one.
Yeah, that's a mad one, man. That's a mad. Yeah, then likewise, man. I would always have to.
More time it's instinct, though, innit? More time it's instinct, innit? You feel me? I remember at work there was a mad situation, and this guy literally went round the counter and went to go attack the manager.
Yo, serious?
What?
Yeah, word, fam. This is like literally the other week, fam.
Wait. So it's a guy and your manager's a woman?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You feel me, fam? I didn't even think nothing of it, fam. I'm just, big man.
Yeah.
I had to pull him. Fam, Turned out he had something on him. He got arrested and blah blah blah.
Madman.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, fam, man didn't think, I have to do this. I have to. Fam. It was just instinct.
Just instinct. Yeah, definitely.
You feel me, fam?
Yeah, whenever I'm in a situation like that, it's always instinct to like step in. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna allow it to like go through, especially if I'm around. And if I'm there and I'm seeing it happen, I have to back it. You're putting a mad predicament.
Do you know what's mad though? I don't really have insight. I think about it. Like, I've been in situations where it's someone I know and it's sticky. Boy, I'm just watching still. I can't like, you ain't really my guy like that. You
just have to break down the scenario thinking like, I should have backed this one.
Listen, that anything that happens, like my mind just works quick in it. I don't move off of instinct. I just move off of thoughts in it. So it's like, I remember there was one time in my old job, right? So man worked at Waitrose, innit? Yeah. And there was a thief. And anytime there's like a thief, I don't care. It's not my stock. It's not my store.
Not about to get.
And if you don't want to go there and get beat up by, the thief, I ain't backing you.
Yeah.
I remember there was one time there was a manager in it and she was a woman, but I didn't care for that. I can't lie. She was my G. She went to the thief. I was right behind. Get me.
Back in it.
Yeah, man. Like, it depends, but I'm not just gonna just get into no physical altercation for anybody. I'm not doing that.
I've got a rule when it comes to like physical. Even though I never get into them. Like when we reach a certain age, you're not hanging around a certain.
I've been in a fight since I was 16.
Yeah, it's long. And like my thing now is like I would never like argue or get into an argument with anyone under 23. Any dude under 23.
Nah.
Because older guys, they've got something to lose. You know what I mean? Like guys in their 30s, late 20s, you can maybe weigh up the options. It's like, okay, you might have a job or a little sign. But kids under 23-ish, 19, 20, I'm not on it, I'm sure.
I see your logic.
Do you see what I mean?
That there makes sense.
Because the older guy, you can end up being a fight, straight up swinging. You know what I mean? The young, he's got something on him.
But
it's true.
I feel like, and this has been my thing. From when you're 14 years old, you can hold a slap.
Yeah.
From when you were 14 years old, you can hold a slap. Like, I remember when I was in like year 11, right? So I'm 16 and there's you in like year 7. He's like 11 years old or like 12. And he just got rude. I said, get me. Like, man had to kind of slap his head off the wall, innit? You get me?
But that's at school though, so you knew that was a safe environment.
Yeah, true. And plus, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not that deep, innit? But what man is saying is, so when you're of age, I'm not taking disrespect.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. And then it's like, I don't want to be stabbed. I've heard it's not nice. Yeah. But like, I can't go through life thinking, but what if this might happen and this person has this on them? I can't go through life like that.
I just think I weigh up more when it's a younger person. I'm like, he's just a kid, forget it. And you know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're more reckless, so forget it. I'm not going to bother. But if it's an adult, I'll let you know. Do you know what I mean? And I think we can reason better than like telling this 17, 18-year-old, yo, man, don't do that, man. Sharp, you little kid. Like, I know someone that got stabbed and died off of the back of that. A 35-year-old guy who was fresh from Nigeria. He moved to like a block somewhere, I don't know, somewhere in South actually. And then like there was these kids in 16, 17 that were just causing havoc. And he was telling them, yo, shut up, man, I'll slap you. Like, obviously in Nigeria. They're like, Uncle Sharp, man, what are you on about? He's coming to their grips and he got stabbed up. You know what I mean? Lost his life off of the back of telling a little kid I'll slap. Because he's thinking back home in Africa, I'll grab you, I'll discipline you.
Respect.
There's some respect. You know what I mean? I'll get your parents, they'll slap you up as well. But hey, it doesn't work like that. You know what I mean?
But do you know what, fam? I'll say this, I've been saying this for years, fam. Kids these days have no respect for no one, fam. No one. Not their parents, not their elders, not their grandparents.
It depends on what kid though, innit?
Fam. Oh, I'm gonna lie. I genuinely feel. Do you know how they said? I remember in Generation Z, they said we were the lost generation from this new generation. Nah,
lost.
Them men are gone.
I feel like they say that for like every generation though, because I can't lie. They're gonna say that for the one after that, and the one after that, and the one after that.
Even I'm a millennial. Like the older generation used to be like, "Oh, you lot are different. You lot are reckless. You lot this." And I'm like, "Yo, you don't know what's to come.
What's coming up next?
The next gen is different because everyone has their own different battles, and different things going on, man." Like, they got OnlyFans and all of that stuff. So they're making money off of different... So you can't tell someone that's making peace, like, what to do. People change once they start making money. Or like, once they have, like, a different view of life and that, man. It's crazy. I was reading this mad article early on just before you lot got here. It was... I don't know if you lot follow it. It's, like, one woman called Tia Vincent. So this woman, she's basically a pedo, yeah?
So, what? Sorry, wait.
I'll tell you the story. And she bust case. So, like,
is it? What with the 16-year-old boy or 14-year-old
14,
boy?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I was just reading it because my boy sent it to me. He was like, "Look, there's mad like differences between how men are treated when it comes to certain things and how women are treated."
Yeah,
so she was like she was looking through her window, whatever, like at the park where kids are playing, whatever. And then she called these boys over to her yard, like 2 of them. Yeah, come through and come chill, boom, boom, boom. And then apparently she said she spoke to the kid and he said he was 16. But these kids are 14. They're basically babies and I'm 100% sure they look like kids. And she left one of the boys downstairs and took one upstairs and done whatever they done, yeah. And then she got arrested for it, whatever, and she bust case. But now she went about setting up an OnlyFans page. So two weeks after she bust case, she popped up all over on social media now. She set up an OnlyFans page making money off of the back of that. Because now you got other perverts thinking, she's on like smashing young kids and that, so let me just add her. She might want to be like,
you know what though? Like, it's interesting you say that, innit, Car? And this might sound a bit messed up, yeah. But a woman like having sexual activities with a 14-year-old per se. I'm thinking back to when I was 14. Yeah. No, wait.
Because you're you, innit?
Just let me land. Just let me land, yeah. Figure back to when I was 14. Yeah. If I'm cheating any older woman, it's because I want to do that. I'm telling you, they're not. Listen, I can't see a woman when I was 14 manipulating me into doing anything with them. Not because they can't, because I know I would have been on it regardless. Yeah. But there's just something about there's just something about when it's a man with a young girl. I can't hack it. I can't deal with it.
But either way, if it's illegal, it's illegal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of shit's illegal, and then is it right? You know what I'm saying? Like, at one point, to be a slave, it was legal.
Yeah.
Hey.
And I get it, because obviously, being a younger boy, that would have been like a trophy.
Yeah, it would be.
Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't necessarily mean that it was right.
I ain't saying it's right. I'm just saying,
of course, a 14-year-old kid, you want to do that, you feel me? But as an adult in the situation, you should have the mentality. It's like, why am I going for a 14-year-old boy or girl? Why am I doing that?
It's weird.
You feel me? I just don't see the thought process. Maybe because I'm not a fucking pedo, but do you know what I mean? But I just don't see it. But
that's what makes her a pedo as well, nonetheless, because she had that mindset. Yeah. Like, even if the kid, she knew the kid wasn't 16. You know what I mean? I'm sure she knew. Like,
and even if you have to question it,
then I'm not
too young.
There.
Yeah, she's too young. She's 32.
Oh my!
So she's a big woman. That's like double her age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mercy could have been a child's mother.
Legit. Like, I think she got kids of her own. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? She got kids of her own and that. So she knew what she was doing to an extent. But I think the law wouldn't have been as kind had it been a man.
Wait. How you got kids of your own and then being with people of around the same age as your child? I've never understood that. Like, forget, like, even at that age there. Like, let's say you got a kid in your 20s and then there's people out there that will have a boyfriend in the 20s. I don't get that. Yeah. Like, you could literally be peers with your son or your daughter.
But then if that's legal. So it's like...
Okay, no. Look.
You know
there's definitely a difference. But what I'm saying is, I don't get how you can have a child, and then be with someone around the same age as that child once that child grows up. Because I would just think, like, yo, they could have been in the same class. That's what's mad.
That's like, isn't that like Jada Pinkett bringing in like August coming through? You know what I mean? That's her son's.
She's a predator from.
That shit broke my heart. No word of a lie. Yeah, when I watched the whole thing with Jada and Will, like, you understand? Like, listen, I'm 24. Yeah. So Will Smith is like the biggest thing in the world to me. Yeah, bro.
Fresh Prince.
Like that, the films. The Wild Wild West, Ali, Bad Boys. I grew up on that shit. So to see my man get played like that, like Will Smith was the ultimate player. Yeah. To see him get played like that, it broke my heart. It actually hurt my soul. Lord have mercy.
I saw his soul leave his body, like doing parts of that interview. Man. That was heartbreaking. I think collectively as men, we all felt that. It was like, yo.
Do you know what it was? It was just that the fact that Jada, she just disrespected him.
Yeah.
How?
By the fact that we're calling it an entanglement, it was just a disrespect. You feel me? It was a violation. Just say what you did in it. You feel me? You're trying to belittle your team, fam. Don't do that. Yeah. Don't do that.
But it's August as well. You be pissed or what? Like, so what? All the backflips I've been doing, it's just an entanglement.
Yeah.
Do you know what I will say though? Yeah, I don't respect August for that. Like, why did you come on the camera and say, "Oh yeah, me and Jada did a thing"? Like, it's not necessary. Like, you see, like, I don't respect grown men who like who talk on their dick. I just don't get it. Like, so I'm saying, like, when man was young, I would come into college like, yo, man, them I cheated. Once I got to like an age, yeah, but man like asked me like, "Rod, did you cheat that thing?" Oh, we're just cool, innit? But did he do it? Like, we just hung out at a couple places. I don't know, we friends.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I think there's an element of respect for both parties, isn't it? When you're young and that, because it's a new experience, so everyone's just like, boom. Do you know what I mean? Just dropping out there. But that was a whole mess, man. That was this year as well, isn't it?
This year's been a mad year,
2020's been mad, man. 2020's been mad.
I was saying to my mum, and obviously touch wood, I wouldn't be shocked if like something crazy happened at the like end of the year still. Like it would just like
we got like 15 days.
It would just fit into
it's
what
countdown.
Like, bro, it's mad. Man said that Pop Smoke died, Kobe died. Who else died?
We lost Debo the other day.
Debo died. Debo!
We left Peggy Mitchell.
Wait, was Nipsey this year as well?
No, that was 2018.
Was it 2018?
Is it 2 years already?
No. It was 2019. I think.
Yeah, it must have been last year.
It was last year.
Yeah.
No.
You got a pandemic. The girl from Love Island died. Gerard, what's his name? Gerard Houllier died. Lord have mercy. I've never seen this. It's just crazy.
I'll be real though. The way I looked at this year, I'll be real. Personally, I feel like I accomplished a lot this year still. Like, amongst all of the shit, I say, do you know what? I did what I had to do.
Yeah.
You feel me? I didn't really let it get to me. You know what I'm there? And I think it's easier said than done. You feel me? But it's just, you have to grind through it, fam. In life shit's gonna happen, fam. Yeah, with the pandemic, we would have fought. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have to live with it. You're going to either take the vaccine or you're not going to take the vaccine. You're going to get COVID or you're not going to get COVID.
Are you not taking the vaccine?
Hell no.
Nah, I don't even take a paracetamol.
I don't even take a paracetamol.
I don't even take a paracetamol. I'll be real.
You're not taking it?
Nah.
So what if they tell you what? You can't fly. You can't go out to any more.
I'm not going to lie. I haven't travelled like that.
Yeah.
I've literally been, I've been Napa and Ghana. That's it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that's it. Like,
back home and to party.
That's it. Still, bro.
No, but like eventually it's gonna affect you though, like because that's what they're gonna push for. It's gonna be a case where you want to go to this motive, you want to go to this concert, anything.
Look, man, I feel like obviously there's a lot of people saying the 5G towers and all that. I don't know about all that. You get me? I don't know about whatever plans they got. It wouldn't shock me if there's a conspiracy to the vaccine or the pandemic. It wouldn't shock me, but I don't know, innit? My whole thing is, right? So this vaccine is being created and developed in under a year, right?
Yeah. It was actually, so the formula was put together in like 2 weeks, but then it took 10 months for the process.
Okay, then.
So it was even quicker than that.
So it was done in 10 months. Yeah. There was no drug on the market that has taken a 10-month lifespan from being made to being on the shelf, which means they have skipped a whole bunch of steps, which means we don't actually know how safe this is. So yes, this might cure you from the COVID, but who knows what kind of effects it can have on your body long term. So I ain't taking no vaccine.
I'll wait 5 years, maybe even 10. You feel me? When maybe I'm a high risk. When I'm a high risk. You know what?
Wait till you get onto that list.
But you know what? I need to see what it does because I'm hearing it is. What is it? What's it called? The dick malfunction.
What makes you infertile.
And all of that. I'm hearing a load of stuff. I'm thinking, I'm thinking, nah, man, it's not for me. Still, it's too early.
Yeah, I'm giving it 3 years. I want to see like effects it has on people that take it. But at the end of the day, we're like far on the list. We're not even on the initial list anyway.
Far down.
We got the 85-year-old, 65, underlying issues, 55. So we're like far off. But the mad thing is, the further you're down the list, that means the longer you have to wait to get back living your life. You know what I mean?
I think that they're going to force everyone to do it anyway.
The pressure's going to be real.
I feel like eventually it'll just be like, cool, well, if you want to work in your job, they're going to say, in order for the workplace to be safe, you're going to have to take it. Yeah. So what? You're either going to take it or not make dough. Or go on the roads. It's one of the three. So you're going to take it. But
push the man on the road. Everyone's going to start asking for the packs.
Hey, man. I didn't want to move these bags and boxes, but it's the government. The Rona time.
No, it's bad, man. It's actually bad. I definitely think they're gonna push us all into it. But I mean, I personally think, like, I think it's probably safe to an extent. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, I still want to see what the outcome is, and also, as you said, like, just the speed of it.
Like
10 months to figure out all the
it's
all
impossible.
the side effects. It's impossible.
Like, pregnant women can't take it because they haven't tested it on them. Like, and how many people are pregnant? Like, do you know what? You don't even know if it's gonna affect children or babies. You don't know. I'm good, man.
I read a thing on I'm just bait where I don't know how real it is, but it said that basically the government would pay you up to 120 grand if you're severely affected by the vaccine. So my health is worth 120 grand.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm
but
good.
what does severely mean?
What does that
What severely mean?
Because if it's just below severely, if it's just below, I'll be mad. I'll be mad.
Well, severe means you're right off, and so imagine what you're gonna do.
120 grand. What are you gonna do with that?
Right
nothing.
There's nothing you can do about it, man. It's mad.
I ain't taking a vaccine until they force me. Still, you get me? It ain't happening.
Yeah. But you know, man, them are probably working on certificates right now.
Listen,
you know what I mean,
listen, yeah, I've got a few things in the works, you know.
Hey,
man, look,
you're plugging already. Yeah,
I got a few things in the works. Like me, I would pay a good couple, like up to maybe a bag.
Yeah,
I would pay maximum bag to get a fake thing still.
Yeah.
Get me, but any more than that.
But it has to work though, not a bag and then
obviously
a year later.
Or you apply for that job and be like, oh, yeah, do you get nicked for fake certificate?
I need that.
Free for what?
You know how they did the oyster thing and it come true and you're good? I want it like that, fam.
Yeah,
that thing bust me for years still. I was on a 16 plus oyster at like 22 years old.
Yeah, I had a freedom thing, but I got caught.
Oh, swear. I gave it the freedom part.
Yeah.
Yo, you're a bossy,
I got a freedom thing, and it's like, I had it in a pouch for like about a good year though, so I saved a bit of peace, but then I got fined like a bag for it. Yeah, but luckily they didn't do me for fraud though. Yeah. It was hard times and that, man, so I took that. And I saved that throughout the time I had it anyway.
That's crazy.
Like,
man said the freedom part.
Yeah, I had it.
Like,
mad.
So I'm saying, like me, yeah, I was like, I'm gonna use the 16 plus for as long as I can justifiably say man's like 18 years old. But I got to a stage where I can't tell them, man.
You're 18 and
so they're just long in there. I ain't using it anymore, man. You get me? But that there, I can't lie, I saved those. Still.
Yeah. Now, but going back to what you said about the year though, 2020, like regardless of all the madness, I think I managed to get a lot done. Do you know what I mean? Like especially like personal work, because there's some stuff that you're doing, like whether it be business moves or podcasting and stuff like that, you can still push it. Yeah. So I remember the moment when the first lockdown happened, everyone moved to Skype and Zoom, and it worked out. Do you know what I mean? It still worked out. I was still able to build relationships and get things done. So it all comes down to like whether you're willing to push through or not. And if you don't, that's when you inevitably lose and take it out. Yeah. But if you push through them, you're bound to win. Do you know what I mean? Because it's all about consistency, man.
Because at the end of the day, if you can't get through this, and this is a little hiccup, because let's be real, a lot of people have lost their jobs and whatnot, but that's going to happen in life at some point. Yeah. You feel me? You can't get through this. How are you going to get through life?
That's real.
Do you know what I mean?
Most definitely. Man.
You feel me? Hardships, man. Hardships.
Definitely. How's podcast world going for you, man? How you know?
Boy, do you know what? Yeah, this is like our second thing, innit? You get me? Because we had one a few years ago. Stop that. Get me? Then we was kind of on and off, and now we're like proper like on it, innit? So obviously, what we started this year, I feel like the podcasting, breaking down the game. Go and check that out.
Yeah, definitely. I'll plug that.
Yeah, like below. It's one of them ones where I feel like this year's been kind of just consistency and just building a mindset, and I'm hoping like with what we've gathered from this year, we can go into 2021 strong and just push and push and push. You feel me? But the podcasting is sick still, you get me? I love it, man. Because
it's like therapy at times.
100. Yeah,
you feel me?
Definitely.
Like, and I'm not, in my real life, bro, I'm not a talkative guy, man. Yeah. You feel me? I'm very reserved and whatnot. But when it's just something about it, you know what I mean? It just relaxes you, you get your stuff off your chest and you move on. Huh?
And I think the mandem needed it as well, because before like podcasting and stuff, a lot of guys weren't really talking. But now like there's conversations, there's topics, there's things happening. So people are able to express themselves. You
learn a lot.
You know what I mean?
You know me? Like, and the way, especially, I'll be listening to there's this guy, Young Spray, he's got a podcast.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
RTM.
Yeah. I've been listening to a few bits and pieces. I'm thinking, do you know what? As a grown man from the roads, kids need to hear this, bro. There's a lot of information out here that would deter a man from doing things or put you onto certain things. That's what I like about the whole podcast thing, innit? It's just good. Yeah. And at the end of the day, an opinion's an opinion. You take it, you don't take it, but it's not going to affect you either way.
But no, it's true, having like some of like the OGs or whatever, people that have been on road, people that have been in the music industry, because you got Bouncer on, he's one as well. Is it Pound Sterling as well?
Yeah,
got one as well.
Pound
Sterling's got one. Yeah, his one's hard. His one's really hard. I like it. Cause
he had one tune on Channel U, that shit was hard.
Yeah. He's from your side. I thought you don't be listening to him. Is it Lucian or something?
Yeah.
So he's got his podcast as well, which is quite hard, and it's like, you're hearing different life stories, different perspectives. As you said, it might deter people getting into some sort of madness, or just teaching them how to cope with certain environments. You know what I mean? And obviously, my one's very different in terms that I speak to various people.
Yeah, it's very it's like literally everything,
various topics. And the thing is mad because I'm learning at the same time. These are things that I'm actually interested in. So I'm able to have like a conversation with a scientist or with like an ex-trafficker or like an ex, you know what I mean, an ex-army guy that's got one arm and one leg who I recently had on as well. So it's like I'm picking up from so many people, and it's a learning experience. And the thing is, when you connect with people as well, it actually makes you a better person. That's one thing I realized. Because you know that, okay, we're humans at the end of the day, and you're connecting on a deeper level than just us and them, you and that, you know what I mean? But obviously for you lot, it's different because you lot boys in it. So me, every time I have an episode, it's the first time I'm meeting someone. But it's nonetheless, you're networking and you're connecting with people.
See,
so
like,
it's different.
I respect man, and not even on the podcasting, even on like just like an Instagram or like a YouTube, like man who do it themselves, innit? Because I tried to do that at one point. But I need a person to bounce off of. And it has to be like a person that I know that like me, I don't know if I could, every podcast is someone new. Yeah. That's a talent still. That's hard. That's a talent, fam.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, you get me? Like me, I'm the kind of like, well, we have all these talks on the phone and I think it's sick. So we might as well just put it on here, innit? You get me? But that's definitely sick still.
Yeah, it's hard. But the thing is, it helps me learn at the same time because I've got someone coming on for whatever they've done or whatever book they've written. I need to research on it. Yeah. Because else I'm going to look like a donut. Do you know what I mean? And more time, I'm trying to reach certain caliber of people. Like, I don't know, I have like some random white evolutionary biologist from Australia or something. So I need to be clued up because I can't just go on there and just make it sound messy. So I need to structure it in such a way that it makes sense for me and also the audience that I have. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to share that with them, innit? Yeah. But it's a sick learning experience, man. It's proper sick. Like, I had one guy on there, William Van Hippel, who's like proper like evolutionary psychologist. He studied like how we came about being like divided. Do you know what I mean? Like how evolution of racism and all of that stuff. And even things like war and weapons, how our minds even created that. Something simple as learning how to throw is how we developed all weapons that are about now, like all bombs, all like planes, nukes, whatever. Yeah. It all came back from this motion. Yeah. We're learning that, we can attack these tigers by just throwing these things. Do you know what I mean? Because he's like, we're in the savannah and doing like evolutionary stage and tigers were attacking us. And then one day someone must have picked up the stone and dashed it. It was like, oh shit, when it hit him, he backed off, it worked. Then it's like, okay, let's make it sharp and see what happens. Yeah. Like, let's find something that can make me throw further. And
like problem solvers,
it's mad, yeah. And I never thought it that way. I just thought, we just created a bomb. I never thought the process of. You know what I mean? So these are some of the sick things I'm learning from these people, and that's why I just love connecting with different type of people, man. I think it's just a sick way of going about it, man. You know what I mean?
Word, man. I can't lie. I can't wait to get to that stage, Carl. Like me, like I don't feel like I'm ready to like. You see, like cool. See when you say that you're like on that, I don't think I'm ready to talk to those types of people yet. But I know that one day I'm gonna get there.
Do you know the thing is, you think you're not, but to them they're mad excited talking to you.
You think so?
100. Like I once I get off the podcast with them, they're like, nah, man. And I'm like telling them my story, where I'm coming from and stuff like that. They get mad intrigued because you remember that's the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's from a completely different world. So if you tell him about your upbringing in South Africa, to them that's like intriguing. It's like, why do you think a lot of like drill and rap concerts is full of white kids from country?
That's real shit.
Do you see what I mean? Because it's a level of intrigue. It's like, raw, like. Their lifestyle's different. It's dangerous, and humans, you know, we're connected to danger and violence and stuff. So they'll find you as interesting as you might find some of the stuff that they've got into. So never sell yourself short. Because I used to think like it's imposter syndrome as we were talking about before I started recording. I was thinking, why am I here talking to this professor and that, man? Like, you know what I mean, kid from East London and that. It's a bit mad. But then when I find out how interested they are in me, then I'm like, okay, there's something here in it. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes we have perceptions of people. You might see a certain guy thinking, no, he's not going to connect with me. He's not going to click with me.
And then it just happens, innit?
Then it happens. Once you open your mouth and talk to them, it happens. And I learned that from traveling because me and my boys, we used to travel a lot.
That's what I was going to ask you. Have you like, were you did you travel a lot?
I was a mad traveler, probably like 30 countries plus. Yeah, like Thailand's, Japan's. Like,
so what, you did it as a group? Or
was it a group. There was 6 of us. Same group, like same boys I've known since I was like 10, 11 years old. Yeah, so we like travel the world, all the madnesses, the party islands, the random like places in Japan, Sri Lanka, like mad places. So
that's sick.
Yeah, and when you do that and you're living out in hostels, you need to get to know people. It's not just random about you got random kids from like Australia and all these people from places you never connected with, different types of people. So you do a lot of mad stuff, but at the same time you learn a lot and you get more confidence. And that's why I think I got my confidence because before that, you know, when you grow up in ends and that, when you come across other people, you're a bit like, oh man, like that's how it was my first holiday, proper holiday outside of like Europe. It's like, oh man, all these people, man, like you're a bit withheld and that when they start talking, you're like, oh, they sound different. You think they're better than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or that's how I used to feel to an extent because they're different. But once you click and you connect and you actually develop that confidence to communicate with them, you realize that, right?
Everybody's the same.
Everybody's the same. Just our stories are different. The way we sound is different. But
that's true. Like it's shit to connect. Because even like me, like I'm not from the ends, innit? I'm from Fulham, innit? You get me? Yeah. So like, I remember the first time I was around Mandem, I was like 10, innit? So it was different to me. I'm like, raw, like, so this is how men are. You know me? Like, it's kind of nuts. You get me? So like, like it's sick. And then like, even school, being around all different types of guys and everything. So yeah, man, I feel like I can move around different people and that. You get me? But still, like, to get to that point where, because me, I'm like, cool. If I'm sitting down with a professor, let's say, I don't really want to talk about Pop Smoke. That's just me. I kind of want to know what you're like. Me, I want to pick your brain in it, and it's like, can I add anything or substance to the conversation? I don't know in it. So like that's just my whole thing. If I don't feel I'm at a stage yet where I can add something to the conversation, let's just get to that point first, and then. Yeah,
but then it's all about perspective because his perspective of Pop Smoke might be a different take that you're thinking. Rod, the way he just broke down this whole thing that you had in your head is different. He's coming from like one next angle. You see what I mean? And that's what I tend to find when I speak to those type of people. Like I might tell them one thing and then they're able to twist it into something else. I'm like, bro, I never thought about it that way. But it's different though. I get obviously you went to that good school. Like you came for that good stock. So I'm the way I break it down with my boys or whatever, it's different and we enjoy it that way because that's just how we are. But now I've heard it from someone else's review. And my ultimate thing now is that the way that the energy that I'm taking into 2021 is like, I'm just going to feel the fear and do it anyway. If I'm shook to do something, I'm still going to do it. You know what I mean? Like I'm contacting certain people that I know might not even look at the email, but nonetheless, I don't care.
It doesn't care. You sent it.
I sent it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm saying, man, you miss 100% on the shots you don't take.
You don't take. Because so recently I've been I created this list here of like all the top 100 CEOs in the world. Like I'm talking Facebook, whatever. And I spent like about 2 weeks to find all their contact details, whether it be their PAs, whatever. Because I want to create this this series where like I'm trying to educate the man through people who are at the top of the game. And I sent out emails, and one of the first people to respond, one of the first PAs to respond was the CEO of Google. Yeah, Sutai. He's PA. First, she responded. She was like, "Yo, okay, this might be potentially something we're interested in," because they had to look at my work and stuff. And then they got back saying, "Oh no, like maybe not." So now they're playing with me. And then just yesterday, they emailed me back saying, "Do you know what? We might be able to get something sorted out." So I shot the question, and at least we're in conversation. If it doesn't go through, I done it, and I'm sending this out to hundreds of like CEOs of all the top companies. I don't care.
And that's because you took yourself out of the box that might be in your head. And was like, "Yo, let me go out here," and then I'm saying, you fish, you might catch one.
And you got to do that, man. Like you just got to take yourself out of it, but. Obviously, you lot's platform is different. I'm just talking about in terms of like my platform because you know, like boys sharing your thoughts and ideas on cultural things that's happening. But yeah, because when I speak to a lot of people, they're like, "Oh, I want to do this, but I'm not," and I'm like, it's all the same mentality. You know what I mean?
It's mad. It's because that's how I felt as a youth. You feel me? I felt like I couldn't do things. I couldn't do because of where I'm from. You feel me? Man? Cool. All right. Cool. Man grew up in Wandsworth and whatnot. Cool. Wasn't great, wasn't the best upbringing, wasn't this, it wasn't that. But, bro, maybe if I just take that leap, I can get there. So cool. I'm trying to do an accountancy thing. You feel me? I've always thought I wanted to do accountancy, but I never thought I would actually be doing it. You feel me, fam? But I'm so close. I'm getting closer and closer. That's because of the grind. You feel me, fam? And I just feel like, it's like a mental block in it. And back on the imposter thing, the imposter syndrome thing, I really do feel like I have that shit. Because I really be in situations and places where like, I'm looking around, I'm like, nah, this ain't it. You feel, I don't feel comfortable. You feel me? But at the same time, it's like I have to learn to get comfortable because this is where I want to be. Do you know what I mean? And it's mad, but
you have to feel like you deserve to be there because at the end of the day, who's who to tell you that you don't? you need to be in a space or a room and that. You know what I mean? There's enough space for everyone, man. And the way I see it is like I'm not scared of there being lack of resources or space, because there is actually a lot. Like people tend to feel like, even like with podcasting, everyone's like, oh, there's a lot of podcasts, but nonetheless, there's actually a lot of room. Because you got to remember, I think there's only, what is it? It's only like 2 billion people connected to the internet or something like that. But then there's like 7 or 9 billion people in the world. So there's always space. It's always growing, and it's going to expand because as we're evolving and stuff, more people are being connected to the system. So there's always space. The scarcity is all in our heads, because what tends to happen is we always look at the people at the top thinking, like it's only them that can be there. No, it takes time. Do you know what I mean? It's consistency. There's a lot of things that's involved in it. You know what I mean? And that's the way I see it, man. So now I'm just on this networking stuff. I'm on just hollering at people. I'm not. One of the things as well that I come across is like people feel too nervous to like connect with each other and stuff like that. Everyone's like, I don't want to be the first one to be like, yo, like let's do something. You know what I mean? If I like something, way too. Like I used to just see you lot's clips and I'm like, these lot are funny and that. Like, do you know what I mean? I hollered. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes we're too shook to do that. It's it's long, man. I want to get to the position where they'll holler at me. I think that's the mindset that a lot of people are. Do you know what I mean? They're like, I'm gonna wait for them to come to me. Like, no, if you want to holler at someone, connect. It is what it is, isn't it? What's the worst they'll say? No. What? Like,
it's like living gal, fam. Like living gal on road, fam. Nah, I got a man. Alright, cool.
It's a numbers game.
But as much as you say that, innit? Yo. Let's say you're like there and you're trying to move girls now. If you take 3 no's in a row now, that shit might hit you. Like, yo, is this something with me now? Hit me, like. So, do you know what it is? It's like, it's easy to say that, but it's hard to get yourself to that mental place.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, obviously, the more no's you get, it takes a negative internal effect on you. So you got to have that kind of strength of character and perseverance and confidence in your team to push through them no's to eventually get to the yes.
Yeah,
but real. Obviously it's a process, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a numbers game, man. It's always a numbers game, and no's to me is just like, yo, what? It's nothing. I get it hurts. Yeah. It definitely hurts.
Nobody likes rejection.
Nobody likes rejection. Yeah, I was even telling my female friends this the other day. I told them I can't say females anymore. Apparently,
wait, what?
Yeah, my lady friends. I was in. I just found this out. What was this? I just found this out yesterday. So my sister invited me to a clubhouse convo about dating and stuff like that. It was her that put it together, and I was in there giving some examples, and I kept on saying female, 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 and then one of the girls would be like, "Yo, Francis, can you stop saying female and say woman?" And I was like, at that time, it didn't clock. I didn't clock. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, it is what it is. So then after the talk, now my sister messaged me and be like, "Oh, this is the reason why she said that," and she sent me some long article.
What's the reason? Because I've heard that too.
Yeah, so the articles basically, and it started making sense once I read the article a bit. So, but then it's like, to me, intent, it plays a lot. It's like I didn't mean to, do you know what I mean? So here's what it is. But the article basically was saying that female refers to any reproductive animal. It can be anyone. You can have a female dog. You can have a female cat. So it's all about reproduction. Okay. It's not about the person. Whilst woman is the person. Direct. So when you're referring to her as a female, you're referring to her just by her reproductive. But what if she can't reproduce? And then it could be anyone. It could be a female dog. It could be a female.
And they don't call us males. They call us man, innit? You get me? Guys or whatever.
Yes. Do you know what? People need to allow us a little bit. You know what I mean? That's what it is, because there's a lot of new stuff being thrown at us, and it's very touchy. And I respect everyone in it, but you need to give me some time to adapt to this whole new space, innit? Yeah. Because I agree. All right, cool. It makes sense, as you said. It makes sense, but I'm not gonna know if nobody tells me.
Yeah. And then I think it's the way that people go about telling you as well, because sometimes they just attack you, assuming that you're doing it because you're trying to be a prick. Yeah, you know what I mean? When I didn't know. There was no intent of me trying to reduce you to just a reproductive being.
But I think that's what's wrong with the world right now. It's like, and as I'm getting older, I realize there's a lot of bullshit we learned as kids growing up that we have to unlearn. Things that I probably haven't even clocked that's wrong. It's in my head right now, innit? And it's like, I feel like now there are people that are woke. And they probably... no. I'm saying now, look, you get me? Like, there's men who are woke and it's just a bit much. But there are people who are maybe ahead of the curve. And it's like, some of their intent is is to cancel and be outraged, but it should really be to learn and teach. You feel me? It's like when man, alright, cool. It's like with transsexuals. You know what I'm saying? When I grew up,
transgender, I think is the new.
Yeah, you call them by the T word. You say, you know what I mean, right? And it's like, yo, I would just say that word because that's all I ever knew. Until this one girl says, yo, stop saying that word because they are transsexuals. I'm like, or transgender. Got that.
But I don't even know what the pronouns and everything is.
I'm saying, but it's like, I don't mean no offense by it. It's just literally stuff I have to unlearn. But that might be a process for me. You feel me? So I feel like it's just about the intent, innit? You get me? But if someone's offended, I feel like if someone or a group of people is offended, it's your job to be like, cool, I hear you. I didn't mean to. I won't do that again. You shouldn't really argue and be like, yo, but it's fine because it's only female. Yo, if you don't want to be cool, that's cool. Bro.
Yeah. At least now I know, innit? Yeah, that's the thing, man. And the thing is, with social media, because there's so many people trying to throw their opinions and trying to throw each other under the bus, you just get a lot of BS. Like no one's really breaking it down and explaining what's going on.
They just want to get what they have off their chest.
Yeah,
you feel me, fam? And it's long, and that's why, as much as we need social media, especially doing what we're doing, I hate it. Yeah. I absolutely hate social media, fam, because
it's a mess, especially Twitter. Like, Twitter.
Yeah, dude. So what would you change about it then? If you could change anything about social media in general.
I don't know who it was. I think it was Zaha, Wilfred Zaha, who said that people should have, like, they should submit their IDs and have an actual account
to register.
You register.
So you can track them.
Yeah.
The ones that are calling you
what you said. Yeah.
Yo, listen. Yeah, I love that word. You know, it's so racist, man. I'm like, who came up with that word, nignog? You know.
Yeah. But I feel like, I think that's a very good idea. Ultimately, I'm not one for censorship, innit? You feel me? I feel you should be able to say whatever you want to say, whether it be racist, homophobic, whatever. But you should be held accountable for what you've said, innit?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
So language shouldn't be policed, but it should be like you should be able to say it with chest, not hide behind no, 100%. I think, and that's gonna limit people even going out there like that, because then they're thinking about their jobs, they're thinking about their kids,
and they should do. Families. And you should do.
You should do. So now that's a sick idea. I think that's a proper
The problem is though, a lot of people sent me punching their face. That's it, really. Like, yo, like, the perfect example is, I remember when I was like 11, 12, I was always on a hype, innit? And I think around this time, Kiddohood had just come out, innit? And my guy would be like, yo, you're gonna die at 15, like, brother, in that film because you're on such a hype. And so I got punched in my face and knocked out. And guess what? I wasn't on a hype anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just feel like once you've actually experienced real life repercussions for the things you say and do, you move a lot different. But there's a lot of guys or girls or whatever who are behind a phone or a keyboard never had to deal with their actions, and that's why they say the things they do. It's a sad world.
Yeah, it is. Man.
Yeah, even when I look at trolls and stuff, like the reason why when I go on Twitter and stuff and I see people going mad and stuff, to me I'm just laughing because in the back of my mind I'm thinking, so the person who made the comment that everyone now going crazy about and it's gone viral or whatever, or it's trending. This could be like a 12-year-old kid sitting in his mum's couch, like on like a bunk bed, playing Xbox, and he's typing the maddest of crud, and now the whole world is exploding. Because I had a little example of this. So I remember when I first released like one of the my first ever podcast episode, and then my little brother trolled me. I don't know, he put like a random silly comment underneath like the episode or whatever. And then Mumsy Holiday and be like, what you do? Stop being silly, like whatever. And I thought and he was 11 at the time. Yeah. I'm thinking these are the trolls that sometimes we're having deep discussions about, and World War III is kicking off because of one little kid that's just there. You know what I mean? Busting jokes because his name is Banter, and it's like yo, and then everyone just explodes. So yeah, man, I'm not down for like the whole policing of language, but definitely if there's repercussions, and every time you register into social media or Twitter or whatever, they have all your details, so we can trace you.
Yeah, we can trace you.
Do you know what I mean?
If you want to say some mad stuff, all right then. You know what I mean?
I don't really feel like these companies have an incentive to do that though. Like, what's the reason why they would do that? If you're
But this whole social media thing is quite new. It's quite new. It's what? The past, let's say 15, 20 years?
Yeah, even less than in terms of the power they've taken over.
Because even back in the day, you had to go home to go into the social media.
Yeah.
MSN.
I'm MSN generation, bro.
But ultimately, it's like the government have to now learn how to deal with this. It's new to them. It's new to us. There's gonna have to be laws and regulations that are being put in place to give the incentive for these companies to do what they have to do. You feel me?
But yo, like, why would the government do that though?
Why? Yeah. Because it will affect the elections. Like, I swear.
Yeah. Well,
I swear in America,
yeah,
they took.
The senators took big tech to court.
Yeah.
So they had Mark Zuckerberg, they had Jack Dorsey, and the guy from Google. I've never know how to pronounce his name, Pitai or something. Yeah. So they had all of them in court because they realized that they were basically affecting the election by holding back some information and pushing out others in favor of like the Democratic Party. So, for instance, Joe Biden's son has been doing a madness for years. Like this guy's out here sniffing coke off of proceeds, and he's out here doing the madness. He's got deals with legal deals. He's enjoying life. He's got legal deals with Ukraine. You know what I mean? He's doing the most in that. And New York Times released because they found his laptop. So he took his laptop to the repair shop and he forgot to pick it up. And then the guy at the repair shop went into it because obviously he's got access to the laptop and realized that Joe Biden's son is out here like coking it up, like he's going mad and all these illegal deals, whatever. So they handed it over to the FBI, who then handed it over to the mayor or whatever. So the New York Times wrote a massive article about this and they published it. But then it was coming up to the election. Yeah. And you know, Twitter and all those people, they're very left leaning. So they're with like the Democratic Party, Joe Biden and that. They blocked it from coming out on Twitter. So New York Times posted it and they blocked it. So the public only heard about it through rumors, through Trump mentioning it, through like other people, and they're like,
when it comes out of that side, it doesn't sound real enough.
Yeah, do you see what I mean? Yeah. So they blocked the original real article from coming out, and then everyone's like, Trump is just chatting because it's the election. But nonetheless, when it was anything in regards to Trump, he was being censored and stuff. Like he was censored about 99 times within like a short span of space. But then no one from the other party ever got censored. And some of them said the same crowd. Even Sultan of Brunei was saying madness, like anti-Semitic stuff, and they weren't censoring it. So they were lying to the Senate. Senate was like, yo, we know that you lot censoring stuff that favors your ideas and you're not blocking other stuff. And they were like, no. Then they pulled up all the statements being like, yo, the Sultan said this, said that. You lot didn't even censor that, but you censored Trump when he said there's fraud or you lot hiding information or whatever. So big tech, you can never trust them, man, because they want to control how we think.
But I mean, like, that's like, I don't know if it's like this anymore, but yo, I think our team stopped recording, you know.
Is it? Yeah, no, it's cool. I've got the.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think the video stops recording after that. Yeah, go on.
See, it's like I don't know how long ago this was, but it's like even here, I think there was this one guy who like owns. I think he owns Sky, the papers. He owned like everything, innit? Oh, what's his name? Is it Rupert? Yeah. So it's like, I don't really get how one man can have control of so many things, innit? You get me? It's kind of biased. Yeah, 100%. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, what you got to remember is like when they've got control, it's like whatever ideas that they believe in is what gets pushed. Do you know what I mean? So like we're having to live by these people's ideas.
We're robots at the end of the day.
We're robots.
We're being programmed.
Yeah.
We're being programmed, and at the end of the day, there's not much you can do other than refrain from reading. But what's his name? Denzel Washington said something. He said, if you read the news, you're misinformed. Yeah. If you don't read the news, you're uninformed.
That's real shit.
So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Damned if you don't.
Yeah. But what you man got coming up anyway? Like you want the audience to know, like in terms of your works and stuff.
Boom. Obviously, man got the YouTube there. The boy Tyler XJD. You get me? Go and check that out. Got all types of stuff. Like now, like as I said, it's just a consistency thing. You feel me? Like on top of the podcast, breaking down the game on all podcast platforms. We have like a lot of like vids on, I don't know what, on like on football, sports, everything, fam. You get me? It's like, yo, we talk about everything that's culturally happening, and then
whatever interests us.
You get me? And then on the podcast, it's more like a relationship based thing, innit? You feel me? So we kind of break down relationships from the male perspective, which I feel like not a lot of people do. Or due to a good level, in my opinion. Yeah, so it's what it is.
You know, got the game on locking. And I love the way you lot break down things, man. Do you know what I mean? It makes it interesting as well to listen to, man. So it's proper sick. Wait, what's the? You said you got a football thing going on?
Yeah. So boom, now like obviously on the YouTube now we just drop a lot more vids in it. So we'll talk about boxing, MMA, football, sports, music, anything that's culturally going on. We'll more or less cover if we're interested in it. You get me? So that's basically just like on the YouTube is more like just a more broad spectrum of things, as opposed to the podcast, which is very much relationship based.
Yeah, sick, man. Definitely, man. I'll definitely push the idea of people checking out your work as well, man. Because I think you're
safe, man.
Definitely, and then we'll catch up again, man. I'll definitely have you back on the podcast. Be sick, man.
Man, enjoyed this stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely, I've enjoyed it. Like, so, you know, sometimes when you got people coming on, the thing about me, I try not to expect anything.
Yeah.
Like I just let it flow naturally, because that's the best way of connecting, in it. Because if it's scripted or it's too planned, then it's not right. It doesn't flow right for me. So I didn't know what to expect, but I've enjoyed it definitely. We'll definitely catch up again, guys, man. Thank you for coming on.
Love, man.
Boom. Yeah, make sure. Bro, that was sick, man. That was sick. Definitely catch up again. What you not got planned for the rest of your day, though?
About to go